Okay, here I got a little shout out going for Bama Jones and maybe Brooksy. If you guys ever come out this way, I'll take you out and we'll find some of this kind of stuff. Polychrome. About the most exotic pottery that I know of. Pretty amazing stuff too. Just beautiful. I mean, the people who made this were such artisans. They put their heart into them. Just beautiful stuff. I mean, look at the delicacy and the fine lines that are there. Lovely stuff. Crazy color combinations too. Just, you know, really wild earth tones. My buddy Russ swung by here and he's showing me these, and he and I are wondering if some of this especially dark black stuff that's on here is not the normal, what's it called, bee bush?
Rocky Mountain bee plant.
Rocky Mountain bee plant. Isn't that kind of a cool design right there though? And it's not the normal Rocky Mountain bee plant that is like, for instance, I know that's what this black in this area right here is, but there's another black on here, and it's kind of leaves like a black matte finish. But there's some of this stuff here has got, where's that piece that's got the big, this, yeah, right here. See how, I mean, that stuff is on there thick. It's almost like we're thinking that it's some kind of a mineral pigment. See how thick that is there? We don't think that Russ went and took a course from a guy in Arizona or New Mexico.
It was Mesa Verde National Park.
Mesa Verde National Park, in which they went out and dug the clay themselves from an abo clay source, and then they took and made it themselves. And all the guy taught them how to make Anasazi pottery, and they just made beautiful little Anasazi pots. But isn't this cool stuff? Just the colors in it and things are just so nice, and the design work in there. You know, I bet you, Bammer, you'd like to be finding stuff with nice, cool painted designs on them like this, wouldn't you, my friend? Ooh, isn't that a cool piece? Wouldn't that have been a sweet guy? Oh, such a shame. All this beautiful broken pottery. And now this one, we don't know a lot about these, but we do know that this one here is Jadito. And the rest of this stuff here is just basically, they call it polychrome. This here's cool. See that swirly thing in it there? And there's another one that had an interesting design on it. Anyway. I'm not going to bore everybody to tears. I know some of you guys are having your eyes rolling in the back of your heads right now, but, well, you're either a pottery head or you're not, you know? Ooh, that's a cool one. Nice big one, too. Delicate nuances on them. Okay, there's the Polychrome Pottery look for the day, guys. Have a good one. It's got that stair step. I wish I could find that book. I got a book somewhere that explains what all the different symbols on the pottery from Arizona means. There's very deep symbolic meanings in things, and that The thing that's got those little stair-steppy, square boxy deals has got some kind of crazy meaning, and I can't remember what it was. I wish I could. Anyway, that's it for now. Okay, so me and Rusty were kind of getting ready to put this stuff away, and then we just kind of noticed something about this piece here. If you look on this edge right there, it has very clearly been ground after it was broken. Someone had been using it, I don't know, possibly like as a scoop to scoop things with, or I don't know, maybe they were, but then when you can't tell with your eye, but if you run your finger over this area here, it's all been ground quite a bit as well. Not nearly as completely as this edge was, but that's just kind of interesting. If anyone has any guesses for why someone would be grinding on pottery, on broken pottery shards like that, it'd be interesting to hear them. And Rusty got mad at me because I didn't say anything about his game ball. But aren't these cool? It's just, I don't know, somehow so humanizing to think, oh yeah, they made little balls and played marbles or whatever it was they did too, just like we did. This is heavy. This is like heavier than a sandstone should be. I'm not sure this is sandstone. I'm really not. It's awfully heavy. It's really weighty. Weightier than I would think of a sandstone marble being. Don't know if I filmed this one here. It's kind of interesting. Kind of white, black, and red. Kind of cool. Now probably nobody but Alabama Jones will like this, but look at this little inclusion in their pottery. There's some little piece of red something that almost looks like it's ochre maybe, or a little ball of red clay or something, but it's like a little nugget or a little red stone in the middle of their pottery there.
Part of the tempering.
Is that tempering? Okay. That's cool. Now Russ and I are sitting here playing, looking at the inside of the pot, just playing with temper, more or less. And now this one here seems to have something that my guess would be, this is one that is ground, where they ground up an old pot and put it in there. That this is old ground up corrugated pottery would be my guess. Inside there. Now, this one here is kind of interesting in that it's got a line in the center of it. And Russ is speculating that that is possibly from when it was fired, it got hotter on the outsides and it didn't really heat up that much on the inside, didn't cook it as much on the inside, and so you got little lines in it like that. Now this one here has got a big black line in the center of it. And I'm getting to a point here, if you bear with me on this, Bama. See, this one here is really rough. It's interesting how some of the guys ground their pottery up, their clay, before they mixed it really well, and then other guys, it was pretty chunky stuff, a lot of grit and stuff in there. But we're getting down here to the point of this whole deal. Look at this Jadito pottery on the edge. There's no temper in it. It's just pure clay. Is that possible? That they wouldn't have put any temper in it at all? It sure doesn't look like it has any. I wish the trees had quit messing with me. But anyway, that's just kind of cool. Okay, now here's just a little case of kind of cool Anasazi stuff. Let's see here, how can I do this? Got some cool little beads and just a whole lot of Anasazi pottery. And a cool point. I don't know what that material is. What is that material, Russ?
If I had to guess, like you said, moss agate or
Moss agate.
petrified wood.
Petrified wood or moss agate. Beautiful point. Yeah, boy, points are hard to come by in Arizona, guys. Hard to come by. Anyway, and here's a little case of doodads. There's a finger for perspective. Here's a little case of doodads that our buddy Barry collected and Russ ended up with. Now here's a classic little double barrel awl. Kind of looks like a bird beak or something to me, but it's a beautiful little Louisiana awl. And look at this little thing here. It's got a crazy little N carved on it. And Barry always called this the head scratcher, because he actually thought maybe someone used it to like scratch their head with. And here's a little felsite scraper. And then I'm not going to pick them up because they're awfully small. But here's some little Louisiana points. And here's a crazy little piece of Louisiana pottery. Now these are down out of San Diego, California. And just a whole bunch of real cool little beads. I'm not going to mess with them, not going to take them out of there, but this one down here is out of that Camarillo turquoise. It's not turquoise, but it sure looks like it. It's a nice great big bead, biconically drilled. And then just some other cool little beads and stuff. Aren't those fun? And here is 4 trips to an anthill. See all these beads and little doodads here? These are all out of 4 trips to one anthill. Note a couple of cool actual turquoise, Native American turquoise beads over here. Come on, son, quit doing that. And look at this tiny little bead here. I'm going to put my finger down there and you can just see how small that thing is. It's either that's either a glass trade bead but look at the size of that thing. It's either a glass trade bead or a coral bead, that red coral, that orange coral that they like to work with. They trade it for all the way out of somewhere down the Gulf of Mexico.